What's up, everybody? This is Jeremiah here, and today we're gonna react to the video. What the F is happening to entry level jobs by Damian Cassidy. Now, as an unemployed, as an unemployed myself, it's legit hard today. Like, no joke. In a big 20, it was hard last year, 2025, 2026. Finding a job. Oh, can't see the J slur. Can't see the J slur. Finding employment, it was kind of hard. It was it really is hard today, even today, because like you're applying and like you don't even hear, like you don't even get email back from like from the company that you're applying to, because like they just give you like, oh, suddenly your application was not what we're looking for, but we found someone else that was looking for, and you have these ghost jobs that you see on LinkedIn. And it's like, yo, bro, at that point, fam, the best way to get a job is basically through connections. Because, like, you gotta find the right people that you know that are in the type of spaces that you want to get into. Like, if they have a connection with that, you're basically kind of, to be fair with you. Because if you're not, you're basically screwed. And to overall give a summary about this, if you want a job, no, wait, I can't say the J slur. My bad. Forgive me for saying the J slur. If you want to be employed, you gotta have connections. You really gotta have connections, or find people who have those connections that you're looking for. Basically, we're gonna get into it today. Without further ado, let's sit back, relax, and let's react to the video.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Gen Z is facing the worst entry-level job market in nearly 40 years, with 2/3 of all entry-level roles filled by those with over 7 years of work experience. And with most employers not even considering hiring recent grads, AI is projected to eliminate 50% of all entry-level roles just within the next 4 years.
But hey, that isn't the AI bubble being collapsed, because legitimately speaking, most of these companies are not getting any profit from using AI. So it's like, dude, if you do, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't, for the AI. Because like most companies are just investing billions of dollars in AI, and AI is not making any profit for them. Because if you replace everybody with AI, who's gonna buy your stuff? Who's gonna buy your products? Because if no one's working, so it's like, is at that point, it's like, yo, the AI bubble is about to be burst in like in the next, like, I see it's gonna burst in like the next 2 to 5, like maybe like 5 to 7 years. So it's like, yeah.
Raising the question, will Gen Z's career be nothing more than dead-end jobs? While you'd think that with every generation having been sold on the importance of a college education, only to then graduate into a job market actively gutting entry-level jobs, that as Gen Z faces the worst layoff since 2009, the second straight year of historic job revisions, stagnant wages, and mass outsourcing, all alongside rapid technological expansion, it would finally be enough to prove the system is failing the nation's workforce. But instead, society continues to lack any forward thinking.
When they talk about the recent grads having a hard time finding work, oh, poor you. Suck it up, Buttercup. I came out.
This guy right here, he doesn't what's the word? He can't relate. He doesn't relate. He told us my generation suck it up. Well, excuse me. What? Go ahead and compete with freaking AI. Go ahead and freaking compete with these ghost jobs. Go ahead and freaking apply to a job and not hearing anything back from them. Tell me, let's go suck it up. Man, shut your dumb self up. Oh my gosh. These people are so out of touch with reality. It's so mind-boggling.
Out and started working after the dot-com collapse in 2000. Like, it's supposed to be difficult.
Leaving Gen Z to pay the cost of decades of economic mismanagement, as the nation prioritized a pull-yourself-up-by-your-bootstraps mentality over actually addressing
it is a good mentality, but not. No, if you know, you know.
Systemic issues. As a relentless push for a college education, deindustrialization, and the endless pursuit of shareholder profits all took hold throughout the 1980s, corporate hiring practices fundamentally abandoned the firm handshake mentality, prioritizing the bottom line over long-term workforce stability, particularly when it came to entry-level roles. A Time magazine piece titled "The Blue-Collar Workers' Low-Down Blues" captured the growing despair among America's working class through workers like William West, a crane operator in a coil plant in Braddock, Pennsylvania, who saw no way to finance a college education for his 8-year-old son, asking, "What kind of future does my kid have when you can't even get a job with a high school education?" Throughout the
Wow.
1980s, only 28% of all jobs created were in high-level occupations, leaving high school graduates to fill the growing opportunities concentrated in low-wage service work such as waitstaff and janitorial roles, with wages for young men falling from $12.19 in 1979 to $8.72 in 1995,
What?
while wages for young women declined from $9 and a
Oh, shut up,
penny to
$4.
$7.43, setting the foundation for an entry-level job market where a
Bruh.
college degree became the true barrier to entry. Alongside a high school education becoming worthless in the eyes of employers, and fathers having to apologize to their sons for the embarrassment of their blue-collar occupations, the collective pursuit of a
Yeah, don't be
college
embarrassed of
education
that.
simply turned a degree into just another baseline in hiring, shifting entry-level roles to begin demanding years of work experience. Don Franklin, director of executive recruitment for Gimbel's Midwest, told the New York Times in 1983, "A few years ago, we were happy to find students who had done well academically and were enthusiastic about our company.
Okay.
Now, in addition to good grades, most of my colleagues in retailing are hiring graduates who have had work experience, preferably in this field, and who played a leadership role in extracurricular activities."
Okay.
At the same time, the oversupply of graduates began forcing many into positions far below their qualifications. Bob Junius, manager of college relations for Continental Bank, noted that more and more graduates, specifically those in liberal arts, tell our recruiters that they are willing to be tellers or secretaries if they cannot get into one of our management training programs. But we ultimately choose not to hire them as we suspect that they would become frustrated and, as a result, less productive if we couldn't move them into a better job relatively quickly. And we just can't guarantee that, resulting in tens of thousands of young individuals being pushed into dead-end roles that limited long-term career mobility, setting the foundation for the nation's workforce to be forced to work more hours than nearly any other developed country just to barely scrape by.
Like I was in
And
the
rather
stock
than taking
market.
the steps needed to ensure that the next generation entered a fundamentally different system, Gen X was met with the same response. Suck it up, Buttercup. Gen X, adhering to
Dang.
the same societal promise their parents had received, entered adulthood during the highly competitive dot-com boom and bust, where a growing surplus of college graduates, combined with prior work experience already becoming the baseline in hiring, allowed companies to offer far lower wages to the first generation carrying substantial student loan debt, effectively turning entry-level jobs into roles requiring expert-level ability for entry-level pay. John Conway, an intellectual property lawyer, reflected in 2001, "We were stuck in entry-level jobs, and the income didn't increase with the cost of living. Everything is delayed, from home buying to child rearing. In the middle of the game, the rules changed, and the bar for success was raised beyond our means once again." And rather than redefine how the nation's future could combat these rising costs and stagnant wages, did millennials receive the wisdom needed to course correct and avoid
No.
repeating history?
No.
By
Same
2008,
thing.
millennials had become the most educated generation in history, with 70% pursuing higher education by the age of 25. Yet within a year, unemployment for young adults surged to 19.2%, double the national average. And despite the entry-level job market already demanding a college degree and work experience, all for embarrassingly low pay, companies increasingly turned to internships as a direct replacement for traditional entry-level roles. In 1992, only 17% of college students had participated in an internship, but by 2008, the number had
17%.
increased to 83%, with a 2010
Okay.
NBC report revealing that employers posted 3 times more unpaid internships.
See that? Yo, I'm seeing. Oh my gosh, bro. Listen. I'm so freaking tired of seeing, even on my phone. Like, I'm searching for for an internship, and you see an internship that's like it's great for you. It's really is great. Really is great. But they don't pay you. It's like you're working for free labor. I don't care about the freaking experience. As long as you're freaking paying me, I'm fine. But you're not paying me, so it's not fine. Like, why are you putting out unpaid internships? Even you see it today, basically, man. It's like, oh my
Than
gosh.
just 2 years prior. And by 2016, the global financial crisis resulted in millennial families to be 34% below wealth expectations. But instead of confronting how the system had failed,
The boomers agreed. The lazy millennials want to be jobless. Y'all said about us, Gen Z. I said about Gen Z too. Oh my gosh, bro. The boomers ruined everything. The boomers ruined everything. No joke. The boomers ruined everything. They did.
Older generations dismiss the outcome as nothing more.
Wasn't the silent generation? Heck, it wasn't even the greatest generation. It was the boomers. The boomers ruined everything. They ruined everything.
Than laziness and entitlement, with not a single thing having been done to prevent it from happening again. While the United States has lost 43% of mid-wage occupations since the global financial crisis and gained 58% more low-wage jobs, Gen Z is now aggressively competing for lower quality roles, straddled with immense levels of debt, in a market where over 70% of entry-level jobs require a college degree and nearly 40% demand 3 to 5 years of experience.
That makes zero sense. You're demanding 3 to 5 years of experience for a end level. Whoa, you're demanding 3 to 5 years for a entry level job. At that point, bro, all of us are being unemployed.
All while median entry-level wages sit just slightly above what a Ford factory worker earned in 1914, in a system where even internships no longer function as an entry point into the workforce. Despite 75% of employers claiming they are struggling to fill job vacancies, the second
over 100 years ago.
Second highest rate in 2 decades. A 2022 study of 300 job applications submitted by Business.com's departing interns found that only 12% received any response, just 5% expressed interest, and not a single application resulted in a hire, with candidates actually more likely to be ghosted when they met over 90% of the listed requirement.
Hey, I'm that type. I'm literally that type. You get no response. Interest, not even interest from employer. You get no response, you get an interview, and they don't hit you back. No joke. You get a response, you get either no response, which is most likely. Either you hear a response that it was filled, or you get a response, you get an interview, and they don't hit you back. Yep, that's the job market for you in 2026.
And when this is compared to unemployment data, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York found that among college graduates aged 22 to 27, computer science and computer engineering majors now face some of the highest unemployment rates in the country, more than double those of biology and even art history graduates.
Double? Oh, let me read this. More than double the my words. More than double the amount. More than double the employment rates of recent biology and art history graduates. Recent data reveals that unemployment rates among workers in computer occupations jumped from an average of basically 2% in 2019 to 3% in 2025. My goodness. Oh yeah. Oh wow. That's a 6-year 2019 20. That's a 6-year difference. 7 to 6 year difference.
At the same time, nearly 60% of entry-level roles within the IT industry now require 3 to 5 years of experience, all while the share of IT workers within the H-1B program
62% of Americans STEM majors are currently employed in non-STEM fields. Because you're requiring 3 to 5 years of experience, and you're not giving the experience for them to have those 3 to 5 years of experience for them to work at those type of jobs. Basically like this. You spend let's say you're a computer science. Hey, I was a computer science major and I left that. I dipped out of that field. I'm a media production major now. Literally, I literally am now. I'm about to be finished with it too, and I'm having fun, even though it's kind of hard. I'm having fun with it. But yeah, let's say you're in computer science, IT, engineering, any type of engineering, any type. We could say computer engineering as well. You graduate all 4 years. You apply to data entry, data analysis, analysts, data science, computer science, software engineering, software development, software engineering, web development, something like that. Let's say you apply to those type of jobs, and you're telling me that, and let's say you do those type of jobs, those type of jobs. You apply to those type of jobs, and you're not hearing back from not one of those fields, one of those people those jobs that you applied for. Either those jobs saying they need a senior or a junior developer or entry level, but you need like 5+ years of experience. Where are you getting 5+ years of experience from? where you getting that from? Because if you go to some job and they're not paying you, what's the point? And that's how I've been seeing clips, not even clips, some videos of like they're gonna study like computer science and they end up working at McDonald's. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I thought it would be the same thing with the art degrees and like those humanities degrees, but now for computer science for STEMs, oh wow, this at that point, hey, take our butts to freaking plumbing or something like that. But I know most people can't handle plumbing. Heck, I can't even handle plumbing. So it's like, sheesh, it's tough. That's just tough.
Has surged to over 65% over the last 5 years. Now, I've discussed in great detail on the channel how the majority of AI layoffs are just H-1B replacement, even getting Dr. Ron Hira, the leading expert in American outsourcing, to discuss the systemic abuse that H-1B exploitation has caused on the American workforce, and how the $100,000 fee is nothing more than a complete facade. However, every discussion I've had has framed the crisis as the outsourcing of mid-grade tech roles for cheaper wages, since by definition, the whole point of the H-1B program is to allow employers to hire skilled foreign workers in specialty occupations that the United States does not have enough of. But it was recently brought to my attention by a friend who just entered an IT role at a sales company that every entry-level role in his department is filled by H-1B workers. In fact, it appears that the majority of H-1B approvals are now specifically for entry-level positions. And
what?
You can even go on Indeed or ZipRecruiter and find run-of-the-mill entry-level jobs explicitly offering H-1B sponsorship, meaning that the growing demand for experience within the entry-level market may not actually be about experience at all, but is instead structured in a way that legally justifies hiring cheaper foreign labor.
So we getting replaced by cheap foreigners, cheap foreign labor. These 3 to 5 years of experience are being replaced, and legitimately immigrants are taking the jobs, basically. Entry level jobs. What? And y'all say that my generation work harder, put up bootstraps. How are we gonna put up our bootstraps when freaking foreigners are taking level entry jobs? How is that possible? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Does that make sense to you? Because it doesn't make sense to me.
Highlighting just how far both companies and our government are willing to go to enrich the pockets of shareholders at the cost of developing the skill sets needed for the future of the American workforce. And even for the small percentage of Gen Z that actually manages to break through and land one of these so-called entry-level roles, what they're met with is not an opportunity for a career, but a job that pays less, offers no real benefit.
Pays less, pays less and unpaid. Basically, those two things. Either you're getting paid short, like a small amount, or you're not getting paid at all.
Provides little to no pathway for advancement, and ultimately does nothing to address the issues actually plaguing society. Which is why I'm grateful to be partnered with 80,000 Hours. 80,000 Hours is a nonprofit that aims to help people find careers that contribute to solving the world's most force. LinkedIn. Inevitable compounded effect of what each generation hours for partnering with the channel. Alongside Gen Z facing the compounded effect of what each generation previously had to endure, they're also running into what will inevitably be the largest disruptor in the history of the human workforce, LinkedIn.
Oh.
I'm just kidding, it's AI. Now, a large inspiration behind this video was a recent post by Josh Bersin, often cited as a leading HR and workplace analyst, explaining why AI will not be replacing entry-level jobs because they're just so important. His argument is predominantly centered on the fact that most companies view entry-level jobs as the way to build teams that can develop into senior roles that will eventually lead the organization, as they serve so many other purposes besides just getting work done. And in many ways, I actually think that he made some pretty good points. However, I unfortunately think that his career ladder framework is just not an accurate representation of the modern job market. As with everything we've discussed, it's that one, entry-level jobs by definition just do not exist anymore. And two, this decay has been happening for over 40 years.
Oh, wow.
That's 4 decades of a lack of investment. If it mattered as much as Bersin and other economists say, we would have been taking care of entry-level jobs. We wouldn't be having this conversation altogether. According to resume.org, by the end of 2026, 36% of companies say they will have frozen entry-level hiring, and by 2027, 47% expect to eliminate it entirely. Even Anthropic's CEO, who has famously predicted that 50% of entry-level jobs will be gone by 2030, regardless of his true intentions, never actually frames the shift around creating new entry-level opportunities or alternative ways to developing young workers. Instead, he frames it around the fact that AI can work 8-hour shifts without breaks or burnout.
What's good, guys? Enjoying the video? That's great. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and turn on the notifications to know when I upload another video. Also, tune into the live streams. We're live on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, so choose whichever platform that fits best for you. Also, join the Discord, link in the description down below. And I noticed that most of you guys are watching my videos but not subscribed. If you guys are watching the video and liking it, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Without further ado, let's get back into the video.
Which to me perfectly shows the true intention behind this push for AI. Now, despite there being some unbelievably strong cases for why AI is not even remotely close to fully automating entry-level jobs, with MIT finding that 95% of generative AI pilots at companies are failing, a separate MIT study using a simulation tool called the Iceberg Index found that AI can already technically replace 11.7% of the US labor market, representing roughly $1.2 trillion in wages across finance, healthcare, and professional services, while current so-called AI layoffs account for just 2.2% of that exposure. So whether AI actually works and unemployment skyrockets in a system that has no real plan for how this technology serves the workforce, or it completely backfires and the
I'm gonna say it's gonna backfire.
That has no real plan for how this technology serves the workforce, or it completely backfires.
OpenAI is maneuvering for a government, but I'm saying it's gonna backfire. There's another video I reacted to, Moon's video on how the how AI is not gonna be good, not in like humanity and stuff like that, but like most of these companies are losing money because of AI, and it's like, to be fair with you, I'm seeing the government might bail it out. No, I'm not gonna hold you. Not gonna hold you, man. Not gonna hold you. It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. It really is gonna fail because like you're still seeing AI things of like it's not even you see it's advancing, but like not see it's like a fasting rate, but not it's a huge rate. And for these companies be wasting water, it's like, yo fam, and the rent prices be expensive too. And it's like I see this failing. The AI burst bubble is about to fail. I see it failing. I see it failing. To be fair with you, it's about to fail in like the next 3, maybe 5 years. It's gonna fail. I keep my hopes up. It's going to fail, and these companies are gonna look silly using AI, and so trying to use AI to better out their company, but yet they're gonna lose money in the process doing that, and that's not good look on them. So they might have to lower the experience level on those entry level jobs. No joke, and stop freaking using foreigners to replace those entry level jobs, because y'all be doing that, and then people don't have jobs, and people can't afford your product or anything like that else. Now you're gonna have to, like, okay, now I gotta replace these foreigners and get Americans to be working again. Like, dog, what crossed your freaking mind? Some of these companies, man, their intelligence, they think they're smart, but they really aren't. Like, they can't, like, they be so high IQ, but yeah, they can't decision make. It's all about decision making, and based on their choosing AI over humans, their decision making skills are just like this. Yeah, it's basically like that.
And the hundreds of billions of dollars being poured into data centers through private credit and circular financing destabilizes the economy and leads to yet another bailout, combined with the severe economic consequences of a collapsing talent pipeline. The outcome is all the same. The burden falls on the generation entering the workforce. Because after everything we've discussed, we've spent decades trying to build a future that we think that we want. But by ignoring the cost of today, we're far more likely to end up with a future we wish we never had. And so what I hope that we're beginning to recognize is that what's happening within the entry-level job market, just like many other aspects of decay within the economy, is that it could have been prevented. Yeah, none of this had to happen.
But the reason why it did happen, because of this. Hold on, I'm gonna show it right now. Because of this right here. It's because of this. They want that money. They want that cheap labor to make more profit. All because of this. All because of this. All of it because of this. Just to let y'all know.
The fact that there's individuals that entered adulthood in the 1980s and they experienced very similar difficulties within the entry-level job market and the cost of living and wage stagnation and all these different aspects, and you fast forward 40 years and we're experiencing the exact same things, but worse, is a failure not only on our corrupt government and our greedy corporations, but us, our grandparents and our parents, and all the individuals that said, you know what, I'm going to get mine, screw the future. The reason that's happening is because we have turned the United States into a society of individuals and not a community.
Yes.
It is so much easier to see somebody that's struggling, that's fallen on hard times, ran on some bad luck or, some sort of difficulty in their life and say, you're lazy, you're entitled. You don't even know how hard I had it. It's so much easier for you these days. Pull yourself up.
Well, in fact, it's legitimately twice as hard.
Your bootstraps. Suck it up, buttercup, right? It's so much easier to do that than it is to show just an ounce of effort or care into actually addressing the issues within the system.
So you want to be a software engineer? Go to boot.dev, make a free account.
I think the unfortunate reality is that not only is Gen Z facing these issues right now, and that on our horizon, I can't see how things get any better. But it's also our responsibility because clearly nobody else is going to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
That Gen Alpha will soon be entering adulthood.
And it's going to be 3 times as bad as we are going through as well. It's going to be a lot worse. For us, it's bad. It's twice as bad. But for Gen Alpha, it's going to be like 3 to 4 times worse. It's going to be worse. All that brain rot nonsense that they be in their heads. Coco Melon, freaking AI brain rot stuff. They are, oh my gosh, can't even imagine. I literally can't even imagine. It's gonna be 3 to 4, if not 5 times as worse as us. As us, we're twice as bad. We're twice as cooked. They're gonna be 5 times more than cooked. They're gonna be 5 times cooked. Oh, oof.
And by soon, I mean, within a couple decades.
Yep.
They will be entering adulthood. And what is the future like for them?
It's gonna be bleak because all that brain rot, man.
Absolutely. There are still opportunities to be able to make a career today.
Yes.
You can enter the trades. It's what everybody's going to tell you in the comment section. It's time to get your hands dirty and actually work. You can enter the trades. You can still do it the traditional route. There are still opportunities for that. And networking and communication and social media and entrepreneurship, all of that is still absolutely valid.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, the world is ending. I'm saying that things are getting worse. So 5 years from now, can we say if entry-level jobs or the job market is even going to look similar to what we have now? I don't think that we can.
A lot different.
How about a decade from now? 2 decades from now?
Totally different.
50 years from now?
Complete difference.
It's almost because things are so difficult. The cost of living is so bad, and wage stagnation is so bad, and we're working so much, and all these aspects. It's given us the excuse.
You will own nothing and be happy. You will own nothing and be happy. You will buy nothing and be happy. That's the model they're going for. That's the model what these companies are going for. If you will own nothing and still be happy. Keep that consumerism. We need that profit.
To feel like we are not responsible for what happens 50 years from now. And so when we lack responsibility and any form of accountability, well, it gives the corrupt government and the greedy corporations free reign to do whatever it is that they want. And who has to pay the prices for this?
Us.
It's going to be Gen Alpha.
Oh,
it's going to be Gen Z.
Yep.
Just like it was the baby boomers, and just like it was Gen X, and just like it was millennials. But nothing was done to stop it from happening. And so it is our responsibility to ensure that somebody is looking after the next generation. I recently just finished a heavier video, and I was kind of frustrated about the topic and things of that nature. So I went to the gym, worked out, and I was sitting in the sauna. I was so exhausted, just mentally fried. There was an older gentleman sitting next to me on my right, and there was two people kind of my age. I'm 26. They were probably like 28, 29.
Okay.
And they were talking about what the older guy did for work. So he had some sort of company. And he was talking about how he outsources his IT-related roles at his company to Uganda. And he was talking about how fantastic it is that they will work for $5 a day. They'll work 24 hours. And if they get tired, they just sleep under their desk.
What?
And he was so enthusiastic about it. Now, that alone, I think, is horrible.
It is.
What was worse was the people around my age. They were frothing at the mouth as if like Anne Hathaway just asked them on a date. I was stunned. And I'm really frustrated at myself that I didn't say anything. I was so exhausted, so in disbelief, and so at like a loss of hope seeing that. I just didn't know what to do. But again, those are people that are the future. That wasn't private equity. That wasn't Jeff Bezos saying that. That wasn't, Microsoft and LinkedIn and all the things that we want to blame. That was two people my age in Austin, Texas, that were saying, heck yes, I can't wait to outsource American jobs to somebody that's going to have to sleep under their desk for $5 a day. And yeah, the $5 a day probably does help their family. But again, do we really want to be championing having somebody have to work 24 hours sleeping under their desk for an IT-related role?
No, that's just...
I don't think that's a nation that we want to be. And the unfortunate reality is, why isn't anybody else saying this? Now, I understand that
because it's gonna... because they're gonna wanna get that paper. I told you. That's all does that paper. All cause that paper. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. I want you to look at it. They want the paper, my man. They want the paper. Damon, they want the paper. All the insourcing, all the outsourcing of jobs that they're giving to people from third world countries, all that because they want the paper. They want it. They love the money. But get this. Love of money is the root of all evil. Money itself is not evil, okay? It's a tool. But the love for it is the root of all evil. I'm gonna be biblical about this. I don't care if y'all say, oh man, it's gonna be biblical, but I don't care, okay? For you can't serve two masters. Can't serve God and mammon. For you will hate the one and love the other. And these companies, they love the money. So like, but hey man, Guardi's gonna come back. He gonna fix all of this. So hey, I'm gonna be optimistic about this. So
our niche of YouTube, people are saying this, and I think that most Americans feel this. Why hasn't more been done?
Because that paper.
I don't understand why there isn't more leadership. I don't understand why previous generations are continuing to do nothing to help. It doesn't make sense to me. And again, if you want to blame the lazy Gen Z or whatever, what about the kids right now? What about the children? We're responsible for their future. And we are wasting it. We're saying, here's an iPad. Screw you. That's the unfortunate reality.
He ain't lying.
I've worked many jobs.
Tum Zohor and that freaking tra-la-la nonsense. That steal a brain rot crap. Is that gonna get you a job in the future? No one 6'7" and Tum Zohor and Italian brain rot and skipping the toilet, it's not gonna get you a freaking job in the future. Yo, for these kids, man, oof, they're gonna feel it. They're going to feel it worse than we are. They're going to legit feel it.
My first job was working at a garbage company. I then worked at my friend's Chinese restaurant. And then my first real job was working at Torchy's Tacos. I was the first employee hired there. I learned so much at that job, and leadership skills, time management, so many different aspects. It's a lot, there's compounding effects of me being able to do this today. I now go to the same Torchy's location that I was hired at. There's no cashiers. It's tablets.
Wow.
What happened to those? The opportunities for young people to be able to develop those skill sets is gone. Now, most people will say, oh, well, you need to go get a real job and, all these other things. But I look at it in the big picture and I say, I don't think it's great that when I go into most of these restaurants, the server is an older individual. I don't think it's great that people are having to be forced out of retirement and taking the entry-level positions that would be a teenager's job.
That's crazy.
It's creating a massive collapse of the talent pipeline. Mm-hmm. And again, are you seeing anything being done to solve this?
No.
No. There's no incentive to. We have to provide the incentive. We have to demand the change. And we do that by leading within our own lives. So if you're going to start a company, ensure that you're doing it for the betterment of the community.
Yes.
You're doing it to hire local Americans.
Yes.
You're doing it to create lasting change. And if you're going to support them, ensure that you do your best. And whatever avenue it is that you do within your life, do the best that it is that you can.
Yes.
And that isn't just, I'm going to kind of half-ass it and pretend it's my best. Do your best. Mm-hmm. And do it for the person right next to you. Do it for the little kids. Somebody has to be looking out for them.
If no one
Our country clearly isn't doing that, if you know what I'm talking about. So it's up to us to be able to protect them. And I'm going to do the best that I can. And it's starting to feel much more difficult. I'm feeling like I don't know how to do it, but I'm feeling like I'm trying to throw as many things out there as I can to try to get some engagement, get some interaction, figure out what leadership looks like for me, and try to get us moving in a forward direction, because I think everything else is trying to pull us the opposite direction. And I'm saying we have to keep our eye on the ball. And even though things are difficult for us, it's up to us to stop kicking the can down the road. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to do the best that I can in doing that. So I hope this was able to provide some value to you. If it did, I would really appreciate if you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Like I mentioned, I'm really trying to create a movement. I'm really trying to create change here. And if you would like to be a part of that, I would greatly appreciate the support. It really does mean a lot. So I hope this video was able to provide value. Thank you all so much for your time. Just do the best that you can. Until next time.
Yo, man. Shouts to you, man. Shouts to you, bro. Well, I mean,
next time.
Yeah, I mean, just I don't want to apologize. So out of love and respect for him. But yo, man, Damon, bro. Shouts to you, fam. It really is tough, bro. It really is, man. Because these jobs, I know, just keep applying. But what if you keep applying and you hear nothing from them back, or they hear, this and that, and then you get an interview, but they don't get a response from them back after the interview. It's tough, bro. And it's like, if Gen Z is going through this hard, imagine Gen Alpha. Just imagine. And I know these millennials be raising Gen Alpha now. I know it. So you got some bit of Gen Z, but older Gen Z. I'm not. It's like Gen Beta now. Got word what I'm raising. But like, yeesh, man. All that brain rot, it ain't gonna get you a job. I gotta say that. Gen Alpha, all that skibbly toilet, all that Two Tombs of Horror, all that 6-7, all that steal a brain rot in Roblox, all that ain't gonna get you a job. It ain't gonna get. I said the J slur. Ain't gonna get you employed, okay? It ain't gonna get you employed. Sorry. I'm sorry to say that. Well, actually, I'm not sorry to say that because that stuff is stupid. But yeah, it ain't gonna get you employed. It ain't gonna get you employed. But again, man, shouts to Damien for the video. This is an important video. Because, man. really serious. Shout out to them again for the video. The original video will be linked in the description down below. Follow me on all the socials. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with y'all friends. Please do. And turn on notifications to know when I upload another video. With all being said, this is Jeremiah. God bless you all. Jesus loves you all. Repent, be saved, and do y'all best. I'm out of here. Peace.